Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I'm Charles from Charles & Photography. Quite a while ago I did an unboxing and initial review on this Wansen Ring Light that I'd bought for about $45 on eBay. Now when I did the unboxing video, I actually stated that the reason I bought this was just when I go into the forest to photograph some fungi, I just wanted a little bit extra fill light. I wasn't happy with using a flash gun because to me the flash gun just gave too much direct power and it was basically one directional. So if I was photographing in portrait orientation, which I do most of the time, I'd actually get a lot of the light on this side of the image. Or if I actually mount it like separately, I would actually just get from the top or from the bottom, very much one directional. So this is why I bought the ring light, because the ring light has its implied. You can see here, if I move around a little bit, you can actually see that it's a ring. So we have LED lights around the whole lens. So we actually get a very nice amount of fill light. Plus, it's actually easily controlled that if I turn it on here, there, you can see it's giving me the whole side. But if I turn it up like this, can you see I'm only getting half the amount of light? So now this was of interest to me because sometimes if the fungi was quite low and quite large, I could actually put, let's say, the orange filter here from underneath and give it that warm orange glow from underneath. Plus, a flash gun actually sends the light much further away than your fungi. If your background is, let's say, half a meter to a meter away, you'd still get that ambient light being thrown and you'd have shadows and all that. And I didn't want that. I just want to highlight the fungi. Now today in Brisbane, it's overcast, it's been raining for a day or so. So we're in about the same ambient light that we would be in the forest. So this is why I decided to do this video today. You can see I've got a little fungi here that I found in the park yesterday when I was walking with my daughter. So I put just in a small pot like this so we could actually do this demonstration. Now this Wansen ring light comes with two adapters, a clear one and an orange one. So they state if you're not using the orange filter, you have to keep this clear filter on at all times to protect the LEDs at the front of the ring light. Now the unboxing video for this Wansen light has been on YouTube for about 6 months, and in that time I've gotten some feedback from people saying they bought it and they're happy with it. Others have said they've used this to photograph fungi, toadstools or whatever, and they found that there is very little difference between using the ring light either with the clear filter or with the orange filter, and they haven't seen any difference. So the first factor could be that the camera was set in auto white balance. Now you have to understand, if the camera is set to auto white balance, it's continuously monitoring the color that you are photographing. And if that color changes, the camera will try to compensate to what it thinks is the correct white balance. So if you put an orange filter on, the camera will detect it's a bit too warm. So it will actually try to balance this light out. Now the second one could be that the camera was used in either aperture priority or shutter priority instead of manual mode. Now when I photograph fungi, I choose manual mode and I set my shutter speed, my aperture and my ISO, because I don't want anything to move while I'm taking the photos. If you used shutter priority or aperture priority, or your camera was in auto ISO, then any of these three features could change the way that the image looks. So if you took a photo without the filter, let's say even without the clear one on here, and it metered in aperture priority, said okay, this is what you need. You saw it was a bit dark, you increased, let's say, the exposure compensation by 0.7, you got a correct exposure, great. Took a photo, then you put this clear filter on and you took a photo. Now the camera is going to see that it is much brighter, so it's going to reduce your shutter speed to actually give you a correct exposure. Now you might see just a slight difference in color or in exposure, but the camera will try to get it as close as possible to what the first shot was. Not that it remembers the first shot, but this was the correct exposure. So you add more light, it's actually going to read that it's overexposed, so it's actually going to drop your shutter speed. The same if you're shooting at shutter priority, it's actually going to drop your aperture. Or in auto ISO, it's going to regulate your ISO. So be mindful of that. When you're using these types of ring lights, always shoot in manual mode, and that way you will actually see the big difference. Now take a look at these 4 photos. The first photo was taken in aperture priority without the clear filter. This photo was also taken in aperture priority, no settings were changed, but I turned on this clear filter. Can you see that there's hardly any difference? Now this photo was taken in manual mode, but in auto white balance with this filter on, so it should have given me a very warm glow. But look, there is no warm glow to this image. Now I've actually changed it from auto white balance to manual white balance with the sunny profile. Look at the difference between the two. Can you see how this one is much more orange? So now you can see that this filter was actually doing its job, but the camera was fighting against it to try to give you a correct white balance. So now we'll actually take a few practical shots to show you the difference between using no ring light to using the ring light with the clear filter and the ring light with the orange filter. The first photo will be without the ring light in you. The second photo will be with the clear filter on at full power, top and bottom. The third photo will be with the orange filter, but I'll only have the top half on. The next photo will be only the bottom half on, and then the last one will be with the whole orange lit up. And you'll actually be able to see the difference. So now let's set the camera up and take some photos. So my camera settings are 1/3 of a second for my shutter speed, f/16, and my ISO is 320. And I've set my white balance to the preset of sunny. Now normally my white balance I set it manually in kelvins because this is the way I like to do it. But for this exercise, because quite a few of the entry-level Nikons and Canons and maybe the Sonys don't have the feature that you can adjust the white balance manually, I've chosen the sunny preset so that you can actually mimic this if you want it at your place. I've also chosen f/16 to give me a bit of depth of field. Now when we're shooting macro photography with a dedicated macro lens, you'll actually see that it states it's an f2.8 lens. But that doesn't mean that you've got to use it at f2.8. If you're using it at f2.8, your depth of field will be so narrow. So the minimum I normally use, unless I'm stacking an image, and that's a whole different topic, then I'm using a minimum of f11, but normally I will shoot at f16 to give me that depth. Now, normally, if I was shooting this in the forest and there was no wind around and I wanted to get the whole fungi in focus, I would actually stack the images and I would use an aperture like around f4.5 or f5 and start from the bottom and work my way up the fungi. But for this exercise, we're going to keep it simple and I'm going to choose f16. This will give me about 3/4 of the fungi in focus, and I'm going to choose around here, about halfway up the fungi. Using live view, use the back button focus, that's it. Now, the good thing with using back button focus is that now that it's in focus, I don't have to change anything for the whole series. Now, for those people who don't know the gear that I use, my main camera is the Nikon D500. And for macro, I use the Tokina 100mm f2.8 lens. There is no stabilization in this lens, but whenever I shoot macro, it's always on the tripod. So for me, there was no need for stabilization. So now, let's take some photos. Double check, focus is on. There you go, look at that. The exposure is correct, and you can see it here now. Now we're going to use the clear filter and turn the ring light on. Now I'm not adjusting any of my settings because this will show you how much extra light this ring light puts out. There, you can see it's nicely lit up now. We'll take a photo. There you go, and I've actually increased the exposure now, and you can see between the first one here and this one with the ring light on, can you see how much light we've actually gotten? It does do a job, but you've just got to be using manual settings. Now we'll turn the ring light off, take this one out here, and there's just a couple of little latches where it fits in. Put this one on. Now we'll take a photo with just the top of the ring light on. There. Now we'll take one just with the bottom on. Now we'll take a photo with both sides on. There. Cool. So let's take a look at these last 4 photos. The first one here, you can see, doesn't have the orange filter on. This one only has the orange filter but the top half on. This one only the bottom, and there's very little difference. The last one here has the 2 sides on. Now, because we're quite close to this and the fungi is so small, we can't really see too much difference. But if you're in the forest and this was a fairly big fungi, then you would see some difference. So I hope this video now has shown you how to use these types of ring lights correctly, because if you're not set the camera in manual mode and you're not controlling the white balance, then you're not going to see too much difference when you use ring lights such as this. Now if you're willing to spend $150 to $200 on a ring light system, then some of these systems have adjustable power settings from low to medium to high. So this means that the LED lights will actually be boosted. You'll get more light. But this is something that I was never interested in, because my idea of photography is to keep it natural. So I just want a little bit of fill light on my subject. I don't want to light up the background. This is why I don't like using a flash. Now if you found value in this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.